Hello, hello. I wanted to give a little overview of our draft league in order to better introduce the channel, what we're doing here, and kind of what our goal is. So, um, this is the Daft League Draft League. We have a website made for us by Asher's lovely partner Liz. They put a lot of effort into this, and I'm very proud of the way that it looks. So, a little overview of the rules of this draft league. We are using the Pokemon Champions Regulation MB format, and we have made our own draft list for this format. I didn't find any that seemed like it particularly fit for us. And a little bit about us. I'm Anna, the Sunny Day Sinners. Asher is my brother, and he and I both love Pokemon. We have just started to get into competitive Pokemon, making it into champion tier in the first regulation of champions. Um, and we wanted to share our love of Pokemon with a lot of our friends who, have maybe played Go, have maybe played through some of the mainline games, but have never done a draft league. And so we invited a bunch of people that have never done a draft league to participate, and that is why it is the Daft League, is because we're all learning, we're all a little stupid, and that's okay. So I would say that Asher and I have the favored chances of winning. Being a couple weeks into the draft league, I would say that that is playing out. But because we have so many new people to draft league, we wanted to get a little different with it. I know that, the popular Wolf draft league, you either draft the Mega or you draft the base form of the Pokemon, but we wanted to allow more creativity and flexibility. And so instead, we have it so that if you draft a Mon, you draft all of its forms. You can change up the form week by week, and you can change whether or not it is going to Mega. And so what this means is that our point system had to take into account the best form of each Mon. And it also meant that Rotom was very highly valued, as it has the most forms of any Pokemon in the league. So we did the snake draft method, and if anyone has any thoughts on our tier/point value list, I am willing to take criticism, because my brother and we just kind of threw this together based off of usage value, particularly usage value after season MA, which is why Sneasler is still so high up here when it has definitely fallen off in the recent formats. And so we had a point system of 20 to 0. We decided to have 0-point picks just in case anyone used up all of their picks. Again, this is the Daft League. Not everyone knows exactly what they're doing. And then we did a snake draft, which was randomly assigned, starting with Jay, August, me, Ella, Mara, Nat, Asher, Adam. And I think that people, went with their favorites, but they have still put together teams that I respect. I wrote some guidances, about Fire, Water, Grass Core, how to establish speed control, how to use Protect to, support your more frail Pokemon, or to, protect them on while your partner gets the, knockout. And I tried to guide everyone, but yeah. So I just wanted to do a little overview of the teams. So Jay is a friend of Ella's, and they do have some competitive Pokemon experience. They are playing with their partner Robin for some guidance, and they have a very scary team, right? So multiple Megas. We've got Mega Glamora, we've got Mega Staraptor, obviously Contrary, pairing well with the Whimsicott, which can help set it up. I think Cerulege was heavily undervalued. I don't know exactly where it is here, but I think, yeah, here it is at 12 points. it's really good with bulk up, flash fire as an answer to a lot of these strong fire types. Like we've got Blaziken, we've got Houndoom, um, Arcanine. Again, I try to encourage the fire water grass core in all people. Um, so yeah, Jay's team is particularly interesting. I think that the Sarina is great value because you stop all fake out, you stop all uh, priority, and yeah. Um, August's team, August is my friend from Florida, and so she is representing a somewhat Florida themed team. Her megas include mostly Mega Sharpedo and Mega Aggron. Um, Obviously, Mega Garchomp is an option, but there's not a lot of sand support other than possible, manual Sandstorm. Garchomp or Aggron um, with Mega Garchomp. Um, there is good synergy with the Garchomp between Toucannon and Talonflame, so you can get off Earthquakes without worrying about hitting your partners. And then in terms of the Rain team, we've got 4 water types. So Politoed, Azumarill, Sharpedo, and Simipour. And then obviously Luxray can fire off thunders in the rain that always hit, and other scary options. This was my team, so this is my Sin-themed team. I like to do themings, and I wanted to see what I could put together for the 7 deadly sins, plus obviously 3 others because we have 10 picks. So I chose Mousehold as my Lust and Sableye as my Greed. These are my 2 most expensive picks, and they are both support mons. Obviously you can run offensive Mousehold. I have not done that yet in the league, but it's definitely an option. Mimikyu is my Envy, Slowbro is my Sloth. Slowbro has been so good in Trick Room so far. I have a very Trick Room oriented team with Mimikyu, Sableye, Slowbro, Mawile, Reuniclus, and Mudstale. And yeah, I felt like Slowbro, both in and out of Mega, has been really nice so far. In terms of speed, we do have Houndoom. Houndoom is my Wrath. I wasn't exactly sure what to do for Wrath. Obviously, there are Pokemon like Annihilate, which literally uses the move Rage Fist, but I like the theming of a Dark-type Pokemon that tries so hard to hit you in the sun that it hurts itself every turn. And then my other sins, I have Tyrantrum as my Pride, Mawile as my Gluttony, Mega Mawile gaining 2 mouths, and those are the 7 deadly, if I am not mistaken, right? Lust, Envy, Greed, Sloth, Wrath, Pride, Gluttony. Yeah. So then I have Original Sin. I really wanted Hydrapple, but it got sniped, and then we had some shenanigans with teams getting exchanged, and so it not only got sniped, so I couldn't have Hydrapple, but I love Superior. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I still think that it represents the original sin of the tempting serpent in the garden. Obviously not with the apple anymore, but Satan's original sin was being contrary and trying to take over. So I think it's still fitting. And then we have Reuniclus as my heresy. It's obviously dividing cells. It represents science, but it is also a psychic type with a lot of magic themed moves. So I thought it was a good, sin of heresy. And then we have Mudstale, the sin of sycophancy. I was running out of points here, and I was running out of ideas. But the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse all ride in on horses, and I thought that Mudstale would be a good sin of sycophancy. Ella's team, she loves Mudkip, and so her Mega Swampert is named Mega Mudkip. But she did not get any of the rain support for it, unfortunately, right? So Natalie sniped the Pelipper, and August sniped the Politoed, and so she has been using Manual Rain with Klefki. Obviously, Klefki is a great prankster support Pokemon with, screens, rain, and decent damage while also being very bulky. Uh, Arcanine is a great pick for her, along with Zoroark. And then in terms of a snow team, Ninetales can work well for her snow team alongside Mega Frostlass. Beartic works in both modes. It's the only Pokemon to get both Swift Swim and Slush Rush. So depending on the week, she could optimize it for either sort of team. I think that the triple ice in snow actually might not be ideal. We haven't seen the Frostlass come yet, but she's only done 3 of her battles. And then obviously there's more Pico and Simisage. Simisage to round out that Fire Water Grass core and to provide some fake out support, because she did not have fake out support otherwise. Mara is one of Asher's friends. She is very new to Pokemon, has not done a lot even in Showdown or anything, but she's got some surprisingly good team synergy going on here, right? So we've got Sylveon, Tyranitar, Melodic, Blaziken, huge type coverage just in those first 4, which continues with Trevenant and Ariados. Ariados is great because it's one of the only Rage Powder users, and Rage Powder Ariados is really nice for a lot of the strong fighting type attackers that are in the format. I don't think anyone drafted Sneasler, so I don't know if it's really... Yeah, actually I'm not seeing a lot of fighting types in this list in general, but theoretically a lot of Pokemon run fighting coverage. Obviously there's the Megastar Raptor. My Mudstill often runs fighting coverage. And then we have Glalie if, Mega Blaziken or Mega Tyranitar ever can't come. Dedenne and Meowstic is another possible Mega, although I have not seen it used that effectively in kind of any format yet. Nat, obviously, first pick took Rotom. It is the most versatile, it's expensive, it was desperately wanted by Asher and sniped right before he got his first go. And then she took the dastardly combo of Entrainment Mega Hawlucha alongside Snorlax with Fissure. So this was a combination that I heavily encouraged her to take because she said, Anna, help me build an annoying team, and I decided that that was one of the most annoying things you could do. It has good support with Clefable, which is one of the only Follow Me users in the format, and obviously that same sort of trick can work with Rhyperior Fissure if such a thing is needed. Sometimes the defensive profile might look better. With the Fire or Water Grass, Water and Grass are both too good into it, and losing the Solid Rock ability kind of would be bad for it. And then she has her mascot Flapple. I think she said she didn't ever want to bring Flapple, and it's purely a mascot, but she is the Fowlerville Flapple. And then we have, obviously, Rain. I think she sniped that mostly just to annoy, and then Flareon as a coverage pick. Asher is, again, one of the favored to win. He's got the very scary Corviknight, which is just, the defensive profile of Corviknight is amazing, and if you aren't prepared to deal with it, it will, bulk up or Iron Defense and roost its way into slowly tipping you down with Brave Birds. This is very heavily enabled by the Megasco villain, Darth Spicy, as he has named it, which, burns the physical attackers that would otherwise threaten Corviknight. Tauros is a very versatile pick in this format because he does have access to all 4 types. Yes, there are 4 types. I kind of forgot that there was the pure fighting type, alongside the fighting water, fighting fire, and then pure normal types. Hippowdon is always fun, especially alongside Garganical, because it gives that Garganical the special defense boost. Malamar is an interesting mega or support Pokemon using Contrary, Topsy-Turvy, etc. Something of note, no one took Farigiraf, however, Tinkaton has Mold Breaker Fake Out, which can in fact fake out the Sarina, or fake out in front of the Sarina, despite its Queenly Majesty. Pikachu is here. I don't know if Pikachu will ever come. Pikachu can be interesting with Life Ball, or with Light Ball, or other options. And then Mega Dragulge is really interesting to me. It was his final pick, but I think that it is one of the undervalued new Megas. Draco Meteor pairs really well with the Regenerator. After you get your special attack drop, you can switch out, regain some health, and reset your special attack to do even more damage. I wish it got a better pivot move. I've tried to convince him to try out Flip Turn despite it being physical, just for that little bit of chip that it could use to finish off, Pokesash. But we have yet to see that yet. And then finally we have Adam, the Litwix. Adam was my first match. Oh no, Adam's the one who sniped me. That's right, there's the Hydrapple. And Adam has a very scary team. I was very surprised to see a Mega Altaria, but Mega Altaria is good, in a format without a lot of, steel types and poison type coverage. It is quite scary. Obviously, there's a decent number of ice types that have been grabbed, and definitely ice coverage. I managed to use an Ice Beam Slowbro into it. But it is still quite frightening. There is the option of Mega Aerodactyl, which is always good, but Aerodactyl on its own is great. Mega Chandelure is interesting. It does get stuck with Infiltrator, which isn't great. I don't know if anyone's really setting screens much in this league. I've thought about it, because Sableye screens is always annoying to the opponent. Reuniclus obviously gets screens and can make good use of them with its natural bulk. But yeah, we've got Jolteon, Hydrapple, my original Sin stolen from me. Mega Launcher Clawitzer is interesting. I think that we have yet to see it used yet, but Mega Launcher is great, and a lot of people don't realize that Heal Pulse heals 75% if used by a Pokemon with Mega Launcher. Weavile is one of the few Fake Out users taken. Fucking Crocodile is a great Moxie user. It gets really good attacking coverage between Dark and Ground. It can hit most things for neutral damage, if not super effective. And then Mr. Rhyme is kind of another tech into screens. I don't know if we'll see screens, and I don't know if we'll see Mr. Rhyme. But yeah, that is an overview of the format and kind of what I'm thinking looking at all of these teams. So we are a little ways in to the format right now, and I have gone 2-0, Asher has gone 2-0, the Backflippers have gone 1-1, the Whale Lords have gone 0-2. Team Cypress has only played one game so far, I see. 1-0. And then we need to update it, but the Fowlerville Flapples did recently defeat the Masquerading Mudkips. And then, yeah. So that is a little bit of our format. I don't know if anyone is going to watch this, but I thought it would be a good overview and a good pinned video if anyone felt like it. So thank you. This has been Anna of the Daft League Draft League, and I hope that you enjoy my content.